The River State House of Assembly, led by Martin Amaewhule, has halted all expenditures by Governor Siminalayi Fubara until he presents the 2024 budget to the lawmakers. This action followed a 7-day ultimatum given to the governor. The House, during its Monday plenary, voted to shut down the River State Consolidated Revenue account. The Assembly accused Fubara of breaching the 1999 Constitution and highlighted these breaches in a letter dated July 8, 2024. The budget was previously presented and passed by pro-Fubara lawmakers, but remains contentious amid ongoing political crisis involving Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. Let me start with you, Jackson. What is your immediate reaction to this?
I'm not very glad seeing all these things. River State used to be a very peaceful place that attract people all over the world, investors, people that are coming here for tourism and others. But the situation is not the same again. And at the time we were thinking possibly within a tickle of an eye, maybe the situation will calm down. But the tension is aggravating. And we must be very, very careful the way it's going now. I may not be able to speak too much about it because there are a lot of issues concerning this that is still in the law court. Yes, so I didn't want to really talk much about it. But then, the basic thing here is this. If this allocation, if these expenditures and other things, the spending, let me put it that way, if these people halted it and the governor will not be able to do anything again, and that is a situation will come that possibly River State government will be blackout. There won't be money to buy diesel. The salaries of civil servants will not be paid. No contractor will be paid, and a lot of things is going to be affected. Either the governor is right or the Amaewhule-led legislative arms of government is right. That is, we are waiting for court to pronounce something. That is where I need to appeal to our judicial system in Nigeria. These cases are before them. I don't think this is a matter of urgent importance. This is a matter that could make or mar River State. And if River State is marred, definitely it will affect the economy of the country. So to me, I think expeditiously, I think the judiciary should wade in to make the final pronouncement on this so that it will stop all these rascalities. I can call it rascalities in the side of the legislative arms and in the side of the governor too. To be sincere, I don't want to believe that 3 members of House of Assembly should be able to pass a budget, because those 3 members are representing only 3 constituencies, maybe 3 constituencies, and at times maybe 3 local government out of 23 local government. So I didn't want to believe the representation of 3 members is qualified to pass budget. But I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. But then I believe morally, I don't think it's justifiable. And that is where I see the rascality on the side of the governor. And in the side of this Amaewhule, I think I saw some rascalities from there. But I think judicial process expeditiously can solve this problem.
All right. Now, speaking on some things that concerns that Jackson has raised, you know, he talked about the governor presenting the budget to a 3-man assembly. Now, if you recall, Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court had, in a judgment, invalidated that process by the governor. And he gave the governor an order to represent the budget to the Martin Amaewhule-led House of Assembly. And if you also recall, there was a presidential pact that the governor signed, and part of the items listed in that pact is that he will have to represent the budget. Now, if we set the presidential pact aside, because it's a political solution, as a lot of people has posited, let us look at the law court, what the order of the court, what the ruling and the judgment of the court is over this matter. A federal high court had annulled the earlier budget that was presented by the governor to the Treman House and instructed the governor to represent it. And this has been since January 2024 this year. What is your take on that?
Okay, you know, anytime I come up in a ATN like this to discuss River State issue, I see it as an issues or a state. I see my state as a state that does not really have somebody that is that is controlling it. You know, when Peter Odele was a governor, nobody has issue about River State until when Peter Odele left. River State became a matter until Amechi came in. At a particular time, everybody solved the issues, and it came up to the extent where Wike became the governor, and he attracted so many attention of people, investors to River State due to the projects he was doing, and he just left. Now, not that, I cannot say, I won't say it that River State has made a mistake by electing Sir Siminalayi Fubara as the governor of River State. No. But I always remain very sacrosanct in my word, saying that the people around the governor, Sir Siminalayi Fubara, they are known as Orina crisis people. They don't have any good advice to give to him. How can an issue of this pedigree be given attention by court, different courts? Even the appeal court sound it very, very clear, and everybody understand what the appeal court say. It's even better you go to classroom and teach somebody how to read back ABCD, somebody that is in university, than allowing somebody that was given a high responsibility to lead a state, a crucial state like River State, and the person is not giving attention to the primary issues. I know too well that it is given in the Constitution that a governor can spend a state money without a budget for 6 months. But when it elapses 6 months, what happens next? When you know too well as a governor of River State that you have a responsibility of catering both for the indigenous and non-indigenous that in the state, it is your responsibility to took the oath of both lives and properties of the state, and it has come to the point where you are supposed to exercise that oath. Let people know that this oath I have taken, this is the reason why I have taken the oath. It is very, very bad when a drum that is supposed to be beating and people will be dancing, will be beating and people will be crying. River State is a very, 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 when I mean a very, very wealthy state. Apart from Lagos State, I don't think there is any other state that should be compared to River State. And this is a state where we are fighting here and there because of what? Lack of understanding. You signed a pact and agreed that you are going to represent a budget. Because signing that pact is that you have accepted everything that is in the pact. And you came back, the Orina crisis people called you and told you that you should not sign this pact again. And you accepted a man, a full-fledged man that knows that he has been given a responsibility. Who much is given, much is expected. And you came back, instead of organizing your house, instead of arranging your home, you are there, people are scattering it for you. You kept your bed. Instead of coming back and seeing your bed and dressing your bed, you will call your child to throw away the bedspread. This thing that is happening in River State now, me, I frown highly over it. And I want to state my own point clearly. That what Amaewhule, Right Honorable Martin Amaewhule and his led assembly are doing is will affect the entire state. Look at Abia State that everybody has been complaining for how many years. Abia State is now celebrating. Abia State is now attracting investors. Abia State is now looking forward to better their state. The same person that was elected the same day with Siminalayi Fubara. His assemblies are working with him. No matter the party you belong to, the most important thing is the interest of the state. I am a PDP member, yes. Am I happy? No. With what is happening in River State, it looks as if PDP is not disappointing the state. Because we elected Siminalayi Fubara as the governor, and because he was the person that we believe that is going to do well. Consolidation, that is what the former governor tagged his governorship ambition. I mean, the party tagged his governorship ambition. And we succeeded. Instead of him to go for consolidation, now he's going for scattering. No more consolidation. The party is not united. The people are not united. The assembly is not working. The executive is not working. And now we are looking at starving the entire state. Because when this happens, both the civil servants and even the businessmen will continue starving in the state. And when you tell me, my brother, I see you as somebody that is from this state. Because even if you are not an indigene, you have made your point clear like an indigene. And I applaud you for that. I want to say that River State governor should come back to, I've said it more than, since January I've been saying it. The best thing he can do now is to leave those arena crisis people and come back to his senses. Not that, come back to himself. Go back to the drawing board. Check what they have done, the damage they have caused, and check the repair you can do. Because if this continues, by the end of this month, if they didn't pay salary, and if everywhere is stagnant, my brother, I am telling you clearly that River State, some persons from River State will be going to Imo State and Abia State, Bayelsa State to beg for food and come back.
All right. When you talk about, you said by the end of this month, if the governor is unable to pay salaries. Now, the governor has said in response to the ultimatum given to him, the governor has come out to say that Martin Amaewhule, that they are gone. And that they are gone means that they are gone. And by that statement, and he further said that right now, the River State government is preparing for the 2025 budget.
Okay,
by the reason of that particular statement, the governor has made it clear that he will not represent that budget. And in fact, if they are preparing the 2025 budget currently, it means that the 2024 budget is far spent. You understand? So now the question would be, when you say the governor doesn't pay salaries, make it make sense. If the governor is, from his body language, is already spending from the state's accounts, from the budget, he will definitely pay salaries, and that's on one hand. And then on the other hand, if Martin Amaewhule, in their in their legislative responsibility as watchdogs, observe that the governor has continued to spend from the state account or from the consolidated funds, what do you think might happen in River State?
See, we are pushing towards a very serious crisis in River State. As a security person, I know we are pushing towards a very serious crisis. Now, what I expect Amaewhule and others to do now, for the governor to say, he know that they are no longer in existence. I think this is the second time he's making that flippant statement.
The first one was he said that he has de-recognized.
Yes. The governor has no power to make such a pronouncement. No human being on the planet Earth that have power to make such a pronouncement except the court of law. And we are still driving to the Supreme Court. Not until after the pronouncement of the Supreme Court. The law says, even if you catch an armed robber in your house, you cannot go public and call him a criminal. You must follow the process. Then a court of competent jurisdiction must pronounce him an armed robber, thereby sentence him. He now become a criminal. But when the governor sitting down and he's saying he do not want to recognize the legislative arms, who has given him that power? Nobody. So to me, I would have been expecting the governor to see how he can get good lawyers for the government and for the three legislative arms with him, so that they can go to court and expeditiously treat this matter and make the final pronouncement when they leave the court of appeal, go to Supreme Court to put an end to this. But for the governor to say he will not recognize them, if the governor fails to recognize them today and the matter gets to the Supreme Court tomorrow, eventually, and the Supreme Court recognize them, what will the governor do? That is it. Then, two, let me say something. The pact that was signed in the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, I think the commission at that time that resigned the appointment, the presidential pact pronounced that their names should be sent back to the House of Assembly for rescreening and reappointed. That was obeyed. Why is this a budget
not obeyed?
Was not? You understand? The governor dumped that one. Honestly, it is good that is happening. That's the person, former Governor Siminalayi fostered on River State. And I think we should no longer appreciate.
But I take objection for that, sir.
For this to have happened. You understand? But in all, what we are preaching is peace. How can we live in a peaceful River State? If the River State has not been peaceful, let me say from Ada George till this period, I don't think Siminalayi Fubara would have grown up to somebody that could become the governor of River State. He like it or not, some people want to write their name in gold on the sand of time. But some people want to write their name in wood on the sand of time. Whichever one Siminalayi Fubara choose to do. But I know today is the leader of everybody in River State, being the governor, number one citizen of River State. He should be able to make peace. He is the governor of River State today, and there is nobody in River State today that is superior to him when it comes to administration. So he should be able to make peace. It's not late in the day for him to go to former Governor Siminalayi. I'm not saying he should go and tender apology. The two of them should lock themselves in a room, and at the end of the day, they come out smiling. If these people do that, they lock themselves in a room, and at the end of the day, they come out smiling, the peace has been achieved. And this is not difficult to do.